Hi guys, and welcome to the laundry chat. My name is Molly, and today we are doing my February plan with me. As always, I reflect on my January, and this January was forever long. I genuinely don't think I've had a longer month ever in my life, so we have a lot to cover in January and a lot to try and plan for in February. Let's jump in. Let's see if I reach my January goals. So the first goal was to read The Hobbit, which I did. I think I'm like 7 chapters in or something, and I'm really proud of myself for making time here and there to read it. Test out white paint colors. I did that, and my house is now painted the most beautiful shade of white. We'll get into that later, but all of my testing and swatching definitely paid off. I cannot click continue to pay off the truck because, as we'll get into, this month was also a very expensive month for us. I did write a letter to someone. My goal for the year is to write a letter to someone, a letter each month. Actually, the letter that I wrote to was to Megan, the girl who painted our house. So because I did not journal 2 times a week, I honestly forgot that that was one of my goals, so we didn't make that one. I am gonna check off hibernation, sort of. It was pretty cold in the beginning of January. I do feel like it was also just busy, and we were always doing something, and there was always like something going on. So I'm hoping that February can be a little bit more hibernation focused. And I did make a 2024 vision board. That I'm really excited about. I actually made a YouTube video about that and all my 2024 goals, so you can watch that if you want. It was really like therapeutic to make the vision board, see everything that I want my life to look like, all in a like messy collage. So I really love doing that. I wanted to change how often we went to church and how often I read the Bible. And so the reason I have change on there is because that's my word for 2024. So I'm very excited to announce that we went to church every Sunday in January. I cannot believe it. I'm honestly so proud of us, and I feel like once we started going, we were just like, well, this is just what we do now. I did read the Bible more this month. However, I could have been more consistent about it and have like more of a routine with it. My most used emojis are these ones. Lots of hearts. We're preparing for Valentine's Day. This blue heart specifically I used a lot. And I've been really liking the pink heart. Letters and construction and dreaminess. Like, I feel like I just was kind of in that vibe this January. The color for the month is this dull but light pretty blue. I feel like it represents the coldness of the month and the length and the drawn outness of the month. It was just long. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. It was the longest month ever, but it also has warmed up towards the end of this month. And so I feel like this just looks like how the skies look when it's nice and warm. Let's go through the updates. Family is always a huge one. I'm not gonna like go over every single thing we did as a family, but one of my favorites was having Morgan and my mom and Perry come over to make cookies. Got to see our friends Rachel and Brent. I made a shelf with my brother. This sectional, actually, my mom and dad helped us load into the house, and that was just a fun day. It was kind of like a random impromptu hangout day with my parents, and it was great. Lots of FaceTimes with AJ's family, so that's been really good. And with the Packers and football, it definitely brought our family together. We went to my brother's house almost every weekend in January to watch the Packers play, and lots of friends too. I got to, be with Rachel and Brent. Actually, they should be under friends, but oh well. I got to meet up with Jenna, talk to Ellie, FaceTime my friend Bianca. It was just a lot, a big month. Financial, okay, as I said, this was the most expensive month ever. It was just draining. And again, it just kept going. Like, it was so long. So the couch was an unexpected purchase. Found this on Facebook Marketplace. I literally prayed about it. I was like, God, if this couch is meant for me, it will be mine. Literally, someone else took it. She was like, sorry, like someone else wants to pick it up, like, but I'll let you know if it falls through. And I was like, this is not gonna fall through. Like, this couch is so good. Like, no, there's no way. But it did. Long story short, we bought the couch. We bought some side tables. We had the electric done on our wall downstairs. We had a mutter come. We still had some Christmas presents for AJ's family that we needed to get. Like, oh, the painting, the paint, that was a huge purchase, and it was a lot. So it did cause a fight. I would get into the details of it, but I feel like I probably won't, just for the sake of everything. Everything's fine with AJ and I, but that is our trigger point. Anything financial, that is just our sensitive point. Like, if we're gonna be fighting, it's probably about money. So we did have kind of a rough day and a half, but it was fine. All that to say, like I said, we did not pay off the truck, which was sad. I hate having like it gets pushed further and further that we're gonna get that done. Anyways, I'm very excited for a fresh start. Fun things, this is kind of random. Like I said, we watched the Packers, they lost, which was sad, but it was just fun to see them like improve throughout the season. And then the weather got warm, which isn't necessarily fun either, but it is nice to have it not be like bitter negative degrees and windy. Photos, this is a short one too. I did take Holy Donut photos for my brother. So he owns a donut business, and so I got to take his photos. If you saw the last vlog, I have that vlog, so that was fun. Other than that, I really haven't had that many photos this month. It hasn't been very pretty out, and either it's no snow and warm and almost spring randomly, or it's like freezing cold and it's just not enjoyable to take photos. Also, I just haven't been trying to like ask if people want photos or anything. There's been so much going on that I can't even think about it right now. All right, YouTube, I've been pretty consistent, so the once a week thing has been going pretty well. I might move my upload day to Thursdays instead of Wednesdays, but I'm not sure about that yet. I've realized, like even today, like I'm just like, there is not enough time to film and do what I want to do or to edit, which has been getting really frustrating. Like I feel like life is getting in the way of YouTube, which is, I don't want it to feel like that. I think it just sucks when there's whatever it is, if it's something you enjoy and like you feel like you don't have time for it, it just gets sad. And I really love YouTube. It feels like a little corner of the world that I just get to like have and make how I want and get to share how I feel. I just love it, and it's really special to me. So it gets frustrating when I feel like I don't have enough time for it. But I've been loving like the comments that you guys have been commenting, and like anyone who likes my video, it means the world to me. Yeah, I've just loved like building a tiny community and hopefully like making you guys feel less alone. I appreciate YouTube videos and seeing what people are doing and hearing people's thoughts, so it just means a lot to me that you guys care. So let's look at the subscriber count. So last month we had 363 subscribers, and this month we have 400 subscribers. That I actually can't believe that. That is crazy to me. So thank you guys for subscribing. I honestly am very surprised that we hit this like 400 mark. Like I don't even know what to say, but thank you. I'm so excited. Faith, like I said, we went to church. Actually, is this lighting bad? I think the sun's gonna keep chasing me. I think that's better. So we went to church all of January, like I said, which was amazing. Part of the reason why we went so often is because they had this heart sermon series. It was all about like your heart and why you do what you do. And it was so good. And there was a couple times when I was tempted to skip on church, and AJ's like, you know what, no, we should go. Like, and it was the sermon series that really got us going. And I'll link it below if you're interested. Like I said, I feel like the little bit that I've, opened the Bible, the more throughout my day, I hear these verses in my mind and they come to mind. I feel like the most important thing that I've realized is that God's word is alive and active and sharper than any sword. Like that verse we heard in church, and I was like, whoa. I feel like God's word has really felt really piercing to me and really real and alive. And like every time I hear or remember a verse, I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's true. Let's go through my favorite things. This is probably my favorite section just because I love hearing people's favorite things of each month. For Thrift Find, we got AJ's Carhartt bibs, which if you saw the last vlog, you saw them, but they were only $50 at Sierra Trading Post. And they look so cute on him. I love the brown. This sectional, honestly, this is the best find ever. It was such a good price on Facebook Marketplace. It's exactly what I was looking for. It's so comfy. I have waited forever for a sectional, so this was a great find. The stained glass heart, this was also in the last vlog, the thrift haul, but I went thrifting with my mom and she spotted this stained glass heart, and it's so cute. I love it so much. Like now I can't imagine my house without the stained glass heart. And just in general, any of my Facebook Marketplace finds, I found a lot of good ones lately, and even though it totaled up the amount that we spent this month, I'm fine with it because like I said, I've been waiting for a long time for some of these things. It felt like God literally like stashed a whole bunch of stuff just for me to find in January on Facebook Marketplace, and it was really good. My favorite thing about marriage has been getting through fights. As I mentioned, we had a pretty big fight this month. We hadn't had like a big fight like that in a while. We had disagreements, arguments, back and forth where we're kind of like you know, sharp with each other and stuff like that. We haven't had something like that difficult in a while where I specifically felt really hurt, and I almost like I didn't know even what to do with that. I was like, it feels so like, it just, I don't know, it's a whole different feeling when you're married and the person who you trust and love the most like hurts you, or you know, you are disagreeing and just not on the same page. It's just, it's really hard. But the reason this is my favorite thing is because you get through it. Truly, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And now on the other side of it, like AJ and I were able to work through it. I don't know, it just makes you better and you humble yourself. It's such a good reminder of how much you need Jesus and how much the other person has grown, you've grown, how much more you need to grow, and it really points out like the areas that you're weak in, the other person's strong in. So yeah, I feel like I'm not describing this well enough, but the reason it's my favorite thing is it just makes you stronger in the end. If you didn't have fights, it would mean that you didn't care. It shows how important the relationship is when you have fights or when you have to work through them, and when you're, you know, navigating that. I just think it just shows even more like how important your marriage is and everything. So I don't know if that makes sense, but lately I've been loving eating my mom's homemade bread and this elderberry jam that my sister and her husband got us. It's been so good. I normally put butter on it too. So good. I love bread, like toast, like bread and jam is just, it's so good. The Fable and Mane hair mask is also really good. It is a little spendy, and if you watch my hair routine, how I do my hair growth video, I mentioned that I got it and I've used it twice now. I used it this morning or like last night. I don't know if you can tell. I mean, I feel like my hair looks nice, but it just, I wish you could smell it honestly, because it just smells so good. So if you want amazing smelling hair and soft hair like all day, get this. Now this looks really gruesome. We definitely were watching a lot of like murder mystery shows, which was interesting. Pizza Bomb Mystery on Netflix, super good. I Just Killed My Dad, also super good. And The Hasten Murder, also super good. And recently I've already watched Breaking Bad, but AJ hasn't, and it was a long time ago that I watched it, so we've been rewatching that. Like I said, this month was so dang long. We just had so much that we were watching. So my favorite photos of the month are this one. This was at my brother's house, kind of like a random get together, but really, really great day. It was one of those like best days of the month for sure. And then this one was recent, which I guess maybe I shouldn't include it because technically it is February right now. We all got to hang out at my sister's house and see Perry. Perry's behind Billy. But to be honest, like I didn't take a lot of photos this month. I don't know if we were just busy. I have a lot of photos of the house and of the wall downstairs and everything, but not any cute pictures, so. Let's get into the hot takes. I debated this for a long time. I thought to myself, okay, we can save the money. It's a lot of money. I can just do it myself. Like there's a part of me that felt like I should do that, but it is 100% worth it, especially in a big area like this. If you're overwhelmed by it, if you have to go on ladders and there's stairs and everything, and like even like the kitchen, I am so glad that I paid someone to do it. They did it so much faster, so much better. It was so much less stressful. Like even painting the AJ's little office downstairs, it's a lot of work. Like it's messy and you mess up. I just cannot express how much I loved paying someone to paint my walls. I don't know if it's a pride thing or like a saving money thing where I felt like I was not doing the right thing by doing it. Like I felt like I was like cheating in a way or taking the easy way out, but it was 100% worth it. I would do it again. I would honestly pay her double for what she did because I could not have done this. That being said, I am very obsessed with my white walls. It is the color Alabaster by Sherwin-Williams. I kept coming across this color and I was like, oh, is it worth it? Is it gonna be too yellow? But it is the dreamiest, creamiest, warm white. I love it so much. I would literally put every room in this color and I wouldn't be mad about it. Very excited with my white walls. Every time I come in here, every time I see them, they just get better and better, and I'm so glad that I did it. I was a little bit nervous about painting my walls white because I didn't want things to be sterile and starch and like look overwhelming, but oh, it is exactly what I wanted. A little thing I learned this month is that your heart makes energy. And I've heard this before, but me and AJ recently stumbled across a TikTok that talks about the electric energy that your heart produces.
The heart is an electrical organ, producing by far the strongest source of rhythmic bioelectricity. This energy goes to every cell in your body. Your heart produces enough electrical energy to create a magnetic field surrounding your body in 360 degrees, extending beyond the skin out into space, measurable about 3 feet outside your body.
So the moral of the story is our heart radiates out. Like, this is why our culture constantly, naturally, intuitively refers to having good vibes and bad vibes. We already can feel this sixth sense. Like, literally, electromagnetically, all our hearts are talking to one another. We are immersed in a 360 spherical bubble in each other's heart bubbles all the time.
I think especially with the sermon series that we had been listening to at church, I'm thinking about the verse, your heart is the wellspring of life, just gives a whole nother meaning to that verse. I just think it's very cool to see how God made our hearts and how he made them to function when you're frustrated, when you're giving into fear, when you're giving into anxiety or letting anxiety take a hold of you. It literally is like affecting people around you. Like, people can feel that. You hold a lot of energy and like power, I guess, and light. You know, like Satan wants to have the energy, and I hate the word energy, I feel like very like woo-woo, but he wants that to be snuffed out. When you read the word and you cast your anxieties on God, like it changes your heart. You know, you become like a light. Like, people can feel that you're with Jesus, that Jesus is within you. Anyways, a lot of interesting things there, but I did learn that this month. Something I'm proud of is waiting to buy furniture. Things bother me when they're not how I want them to look, or they don't match and stuff like that. And so I'm really proud of myself for waiting for good deals, not just buying things new or just saying whatever, like we'll just get that. Like, I'm glad that we waited for everything that we have gotten so far, and I just feel really blessed. But I am proud of myself because that is hard for me to wait and be patient, because I'm not the most patient person. Kind of along with that is making a shelf with my brother. I had been wanting these like shelf for picture frames that kind of lean into it, and they're kind of expensive if you buy them new, and I was like, honestly, like I could make them for way cheaper. So I told my brother that I wanted him to help me make one, and we did, and now I just gotta stain it and hang it up and find some pictures for it, but it turned out really good. And I'm really proud of myself just for not just buying the thing and actually making it, and now it's way more special to me because I made it with my brother. Okay, we're finally getting into the February goals. So the first goal is to finish my painting projects. I actually, since we are already in February right now, we're almost done with AJ's office, so that's really exciting. I want to finish painting that hallway. I want to finish painting the downstairs, and I want to finish staining the shelf. Lots of little projects. I just want them done. I want to stop thinking about them, and I kind of just want our house to be the way I want it to be. I want this month to be a low spend a month. So I think we've started out pretty good, but we already have like things lined up that it's like, oh, we gotta get this. AJ needs new jeans, he needs new shoes and stuff like that. And I'm like, ugh, like I just need the spending to stop. But I think we're gonna do pretty good. I have a good feeling about this month, and I'm really, really hoping we can put a chunk towards the trunk. I want to be more romantic. Obviously, Valentine's Day is coming up. I just want to challenge myself to be more romantic and flirtatious and spontaneous with AJ and see what happens. Again, just little tiny ways. Maybe I'll say little. I just think I want to just like sprinkle, have this month feel like a sprinkle, I guess. Like just sprinkle of like little lovey-dovey things. So yeah. I want to memorize a verse with AJ. I don't know what verse yet, so if you have an idea, comment below, but we might have already picked one by the time you comment. We really want to try and like hide verses in our hearts, like hide God's word in our hearts so we can pull it out at any time. I'm so grateful for like all the times that I did this as a kid, in college and in high school and stuff like that. I love just being able to like know verses, like and be able to recite them. I'm really excited to do this with AJ and have a new verse that I can just hide in my heart. Reading The Hobbit, self-explanatory. I just want to keep reading. I feel like that was really helpful for me to get less screen time, so that was amazing. And this one's probably my least favorite one, but clean the things I've been avoiding. There are some things in my house that I haven't cleaned yet, or I dread cleaning, or I need to do, and I know I need to do, like the shower, my stovetop, actually like deep clean the floors. We also need to buy a vacuum, which is another thing that's like, oh my gosh, because the one that we have is kind of starting to die. So yeah, I think cleaning, I think it'll help me. It sounds dreadful, but it's gonna be so much more worth it to just do it, you know? I am going to go to the DMV this month. I have it scheduled, so I know what's gonna happen. I need to get new driver's plates, like license plates. And last but not least, the thing I want to change this month, I want to say no so I can have more free time. I don't know what I'll need to say no to or if that'll even come into play at all, but basically I want to change the amount of free time that I have. I just want more gaps of time to organize things, breathe, be creative, film a video, sew something, decorate the house. Like I just feel like I haven't had enough time, and I hate that feeling like you're just broke on time. So I want to try and manage my time better. I think it'll be worth it to say no to some things. I even tried grocery delivery because I was like, if this saves me some time and that I can just do the things I enjoy or have a little bit of time that feels like mine and that it's not stuff that I like have to do, I think that'd just be so worth it, especially in February. Like it's the love month. Like I want this month to feel like I love my life. And not that I don't, even in the business, like I still like love life, you know, and I love the life that we have, but sometimes it just feels like I'm trapped in the schedule of what I have to do and get done and cook and clean, and I just want more time to do the things I love. And maybe I'll write that down, to do the things I love. That's very Valentine's-y. Okay, you guys, I can't believe honestly January is over, because it just felt like January is the eternal month that we're living in. I'm so excited for February, and we're already in it, and it's already been really good. Comment down below what your February goals are. Like I'd love to hear your goals for February. I will let you guys go, but I can't wait to see you in the next laundry chat, and I'll see you guys in the next one.